take a look now on how to approach a negotiation. Well, the first thing to do is to recognize that it's actually not a single point within your sales cycle, but it's actually a process. The whole process of negotiation is something that takes time and develops over time and actually potentially changes over time. So the major thing you have to do is plan for how a negotiation will work. The other thing that is very important to consider is that whatever deal or negotiation you're getting into, you should know the parameters. You should know what is the right price, what is the maximum price, what is the minimum price, and that kind of thing. And you should know exactly the parameters within which you are able to negotiate. In defining your objectives, there are three different types of objectives that you need to have. There are those that you must have met, so that's quite easy to understand. Things that you will not negotiate on. Things that if you don't get, you will be prepared to walk away. Then secondly, there are the things which you should get, and if you don't get those, then you won't be happy with the deal. And thirdly, there are those where it would be good if you got these as well. So those are things that you would be very happy with a negotiation, but if you don't get all of those, then you will probably still happily do the negotiation, even if you haven't got every single one. So before you go into a negotiation, it's actually very important to know your must-haves, your should-haves, and the ones that would be good to have. When you know all those things, there's absolutely no harm in sharing the first two with your buyer. Don't share the third ones, but the first two you can say, look, here are things that I really need to have. And when you say that to your buyer, don't let them see two lists. Don't say these are must-haves and these are should-haves. Show them all one list and say these are all the things that I need to get out of this negotiation. You can keep the would-be nice-to-haves to yourself for now and try and negotiate those as you go through, because what you don't want to do is you don't wish to appear unreasonable at the start of a negotiation, and by saying what you want minimally, you actually are showing people that not only are you reasonable, but that you are trying very hard to achieve a negotiation which gives both parties what they want. In fact, what you're trying to do is you're trying to gently coax the buyer or the fish into shore, just like you would if you were fly fishing. If you tug too hard on the line, then it will break and the fish will get away. But actually what you're trying to do is to coax them into shore gently so that you can achieve the deal that you're looking to set up. And finally, I would say in terms of approaching a negotiation, don't be afraid to reiterate what you have achieved in a negotiation, and always write up what a negotiation has achieved. So when you are approaching a negotiation, be prepared to write up the outcome and make sure that both parties have a record of any agreement that was achieved.